I try to think why this problem came out, why we at all require unity. We are after all human beings, so single species. So why we at all needed, why this has become a problem of uniting human with human. So unity, human unity is unity of human minds. And when minds get expanded and better communicate with each other, understands each other, then there is understanding and less disharmony. I'm talking about very basic things. Humans and the manifestations around, the different combinations of availability of resources is the primary reason for developing different cultures. So, and culture or whatever the thought process helped us or helped the human to survive with time, survive properly, develop nicely, as understood in that geographical area by the people. So that gave birth of the culture. Then what happened? Because of the different combination of available resources. Namaste Parasam, it was so wonderful to listen to yesterday. So, it was the different kind of cultures grew, different ideas grew, and then there became the differences. This is number one. Then with time, people grow, and for same objectives, we receive different parallel thought styles. Be it religious, be it political, be it whatever. Then human, naturally, this is a human character, and naturally wants to be more and more powerful. So each sector tried to establish themselves. So we received different sets of humans. Objective same, objective similar, but the path slightly different. So parallel thoughts for same objectives. So the disharmony, because the thinkers tried to assert on the people around that this is the only way. So here we required something. We required that the disharmony started, and we required unity, unification. Then the requirement arises that we understand each other. And how we can understand? There can be different paths again. And there are many different mediums, and music has worked as a very good medium to do that. This session and the follow-up sessions today will be focused on Hindustani and Carnatic music styles. And Hindustani and Carnatic music styles again operated throughout the globe. Different parts of India and around the globe. And it has helped in communication between India or the music, the region of the music where the music belongs with the other region. And this helped in developing enhancement of mind, enhancement of understanding, and helping reducing stress and improving tolerance and understanding. So we have basically two parameters. One is how Hindustani and Carnatic music work for this in India and other parts of the globe. The second thing is, second parameter will be, might be, because these people, I haven't received any abstract, so I don't know what they will say. A second parameter might be the change of time, because with the change of time, the mode of attack or the mode of operation has taken different colors and shapes. So first I shall invite Dr. Shashi Kumar to give his presentation. Over to Dr. Shashi Kumar.
Thank you, sir.
Please go ahead.
Gajananam Bhutaganadi Sevitam Kapita Jambu Bhala Sarabhakshitam Umasutam Shoka Vinashakaranam Namami Vigneshwara Pada Pankajam Namami Vigneshwara Pada Pankajam Namami Vigneshwara Pada Pankajam. Dear scholars, Sanjay Da and Parsham Shira and all music students, as you know, music is not for entertainment. That's what I think. It is Ananda, or again if you go more, Paramananda. That's what I feel. As you know, all in India, we have two types of classical music. That's a basic aspect everybody knows. I have collected some materials. It may be very simple for you because learned scholars knows everything, but it will be a little bit helpful for the students who doesn't know some aspects of Carnatic music. India is a rich country. Even though there are several languages in India, we live in unity in diversity. Anekta Mekta, hum log usi mein ji rahe hain. Indian classical music is one of the world's oldest classical music. In India, we have two classical music, namely North Indian classical music and South Indian classical music. Indian classical music is based on ragas, which are scales and melodies that provide the foundation for performance. Both Carnatic and Hindustani music are different classical systems of Indian music. In course of time, they develop in distinctive character. Dada bhi bataya tha iske bare mein. Both the system, one can find a lot of unity in rendering. Hindustani and Carnatic music are given much more importance in rendering of graced notes and also Gamaga Pradhanam. Only the handling of swara, the style varies one another. This is the main thing which we see. If you see Bhopali, I'm not an exponent in Hindustani. Sa re ga pa da sa. Whereas in same thing, Mohanam. Sa re ga pa da da pa ga pa da 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 ga pa da ga da pa ga pa re 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 sa da re sa da sa re ga ga re sa re da sa va da. So swara is same, but the style differs. That's the main difference we can see in both Indian classical music. The style. Both the systems have influenced each other. The terminology also, musical forms comes under Kalpita Sangeeta of Carnatic music, whereas in North India we say Nibad Sangeet. Nibad के लिए कर्नाटक में Kalpita Sangeet कहला जाता है. In general, we have two branches of Carnatic music, namely Kalpita Sangeeta or Nibad Sangeeta, whereas Manodharma Sangeeta or Anibad Sangeeta. इसके बारे में एक छोटा सा चीज बोलना है. कर्नाटिक म्यूजिक में इवन तालबद्ध होते तो भी मनोधर्म बोलते हैं, क्योंकि ऑन द स्पॉट क्रिएशन स्पेशली निरवल है. Then sometimes even in just like Nomto Malabai, we coming again next chapter. That is our Tanam. Sometimes the Mridangam player will play with the Nomto Malab also, like Nomto Malab of the north. South it is Tanam, Niraval, and Swarap, Kalpana Swaram, the imaginary swaras on the spot. Whereas in north, if it is in one school of mainly thinking is that if it is in Tala, it is not Anibal Sangeet. So this is the main difference there. The first one of the composition is previously composed and memorized, practiced and performed. Later, music extemporized and performed. पहले जो ना पहले ही compose करके set करके you can do lot of corrections. Then उसके बाद you will get the real चीज. Whereas the other one is on the spot you are doing the improvisation. But इसमें भी बहुत लोगों का मत है कि आप लोग अगर नहीं प्रैक्टिस करते हैं तो कैसे हो सकता है. तो एक स्केलेटन वर्क तो बनाते रहते हैं, नहीं तो हर कॉन्सर्ट एक ही जैसा होगा, है ना. राग भी जब गाते हैं तो one day the singer will start, if it is Hamsadhani, the rain or the rain or the rain, whatever it may be, according to the mood, according to the time, it changes. They have to practice that is there, but on the spot you can see lot of creations. The same song is repeated in different concerts. You can see the difference in Ragala, Niraval, Swarapasthana, even Anandana. These are the four improvisation aspects of Carnatic music. So that's what I explained here. Manodharma Sangeeta is improvised music. It is the music created on the spot and sung on or performed. It is not a piece of music already composed by someone else or even composed by the performer himself and memorized and produced. It is the music created and sung by him on the spot of the moment and flow out of him spontaneously. Indian classical music mainly stands on three main aspects, namely Swara, Tala and Pada. ये तीनों नहीं है तो फिर गाना ही नहीं है. Of course, the instrumentalist will say that अगर नहीं है तो भी problem नहीं है. Whereas in Carnatic music, most of the paddhati, both instrumental and vocal, are followed same pattern. They have to do the same type of exercises. Of course, there will be some differences. Being an instrumentalist, they can do so many other aspects where a vocalist cannot do. dual bowing and dual plucking, then all you can do it in singing. Whereas North, it is different because Gatkari hai, sitar mein, compositions, especially for instrumental, it is there. So these are the differences. Both the music have 7 swaras, 7 स्वर है और 12 स्वरस्थान है, प्रकार स्वरों का प्रकार का, plus 22 श्रुतिस. A major difference is the laya or the speed, which one can note. Gradual increasing of speed in North Indian music, whereas Carnatic it is doubling. For example, Varnam, Ragantanam Pallavi, To, Ta, Dugun, Chaugun, then Tigun. So even practice also, everybody knows Sa Re Ga Ma, first scale, then Sa Re Ga Ma, Sa Re Ga Ma, Sa Re Ga Ma, then is a Sa. Ni, Da, Pa, Sa, Ni, Da, Pa, Sa, Ni, Da, Pa, Sa, Ni, Da, Pa, Ma, Gari, Sa, Re, it goes like this. For example, Taka, Dimi, then second speed, third speed, fourth speed. But third speed, what we say, it is actually Chaugun. Tigun के लिए अलग हम लोग बोलते हैं कि तीसरा गति बोलते हैं. Both the systems have influenced each other and to mutual advantages. There are so many ragas used and mutually exchanged with each other. Ragas like Hamir, Kalyani, Kafi, Bhag, Desh, etc. come from Hindustani music to Carnatic music. Ragas like Kiravani, there are so many ragas, but I have taken a little bit examples. Ragas like Kiravani, Hamsadhuni, so many Melakata ragas, especially Dagar Parampara में इन लोग बहुत ragas Carnatic मेलक स्कीम से भी लिया है, जैसे कि वागदेश्वरी है, कई राग यूज किया है. Even the Kirtana Vada भी गणपति लागी लगन तो है. वातापि गणपतिं भजे हम वातापि, same thing, lagi. Several courts in South India like Tanjore, Travancore and Mysore were illustrious exponents of Hindustani music, held the posts of Samastana Vidwan. यहाँ से कई लोग वहाँ समस्तान विद्वान हुआ है, कई courts में. The performances were listened by Vidwans of Carnatic music, and the beautiful trends of Hindustani music were incorporated into Carnatic music. इसका बड़ा example है His Highness Swati Tirunal. He has composed so many North Indian compositions like Dhruvat, then bhajans, khyal. The North Indian varieties of ragas were used by musicians in South India with prefix to Desiya or Hindustani. Thus the Desiya Kamas represent the Kamaj with Kagali Nishan. North Indian Kamaj is seen in South Indian music only from the year 1870 onwards. There are varieties of Karnataka Kafi and Hindustani Kafi. Karnataka Kafi Raga was an Ubanga Raga, whereas Hindustani Kafi Raga took the foreign notes. Kagali Nishada, Komala Devada, and Andargandhar. Apparel different existence in Sanjuriti Ragas of South Indian music, Jinjoti of North Indian. Ragas like Hamir Kalyani, Behar, Desh, Mand and Pilu have been adopted in Carnatic music and they have become naturalized. Many composers have composed kritis and javalis in these ragas. Desadi Tala, as the name itself indicates, came from North India, example from Maharashtra. Tyagaraja has composed a number of kritis in this time machine. Regarding the musical instruments, ये बड़ी बात है, नॉर्थ में सारंगी का प्रयोग किया गया है, especially in the temples. वो भी त्योहारम साथ में जो बजाने के लिए, तिरुनेलवेली, तेनकाशी and Tanjore. Swaramandal is, which is a North Indian instrument, is used in some of the temples. Dholak, Nagara are some instruments which are used in South Indian temples. The Nagara Mandabas of Tirumala Nayak of Madurai, 17th century, are well known for this. The great composer Muthuswami Dikshita stayed in Benares for 5 years and learned Hindustani music. Among the Trinity, सब लोग को मालूम है, Muthuswami Dikshita was in Benares for 5 years, and he got a veena from the Ganges after his dip in the Ganges. It is still preserved in Chennai. He was influenced much by Drupad. This can be seen in Kritis Chetasri in Dujavandi Rag and Sri Satyanarayana in Shubhavandurali Rag. Satyanarayan जो है, जो भगवान बद्रीनाथ में है, राग जो है तोड़ी में कंपोज किया है इन्होंने, जो है हम लोग का शुभ बंधुराली राग है. श्री सत्य नारायणं उपास्महे श्री goes like this. Some of the plucking styles also adapted from sitar and even violins also. You can listen so many people touching just the styles of Hindustani. MSG is a great exponent who is no more. This is actually a just gist of compositions, musical compositions, which can be compared. It is not exactly it is that initially also I said. Main resemblance you can see is यहाँ स्थाई अंतरा अभोग बोलते हैं, वहाँ पल्लवी अनुपल्लवी चरणम कहा जाता है. ये तीनों है. तो रागन तानम पल्लवी परफॉर्मेंस में क्यों ध्रुवद के साथ